Hello, everybody. We welcome you to one more interesting session on effective expressions, where we talk and discuss about artistic and interesting expressions which you can use in your everyday life to make your language more interesting and artistic. The first topic that we discuss, of course, is salutations. Salutations, this is the first thing we do the moment all of us we meet somebody or we greet somebody. In English language, the simple old hello, it stands good for almost every occasion, whether it is formal or informal. Today, we discuss that how salutations can be conveyed to our to our fellow men, to our brethren, to our co-workers, etc., in different languages. Knowing how to greet each other in different languages makes it expands our vocabulary and it makes a language much more interactive. For instance, in Arabic or the Persian or the Pashto language, as it was originally called, how did people greet simple old hello? What is the Arabic word for salutation? It is marhaba. Maybe you have heard this word before in our movies, in our TV serials, etc. So it is an Arabic way of saying you're welcome. Similarly, the Spanish greet each other by saying the word hola. It might be written as Hola, hola, but it is pronounced as hola. Italian. In Italian, we say hello by simply saying ciao. If you have seen the famous Netflix series Money Heist, you have a song also which is based on this word ciao. Hebrew, that is, if you happen to go to Israel, there probably you might hear less of hello and you might hear more of shalom, which is an Israeli or a Hebrew word for saying hello and welcome. Shalom, shalom. That is how it is usually uh, spoken. In Chinese language, the Chinese language, the script, the structure, and the form of Chinese is very different than our Indo-European languages and the English language. They have a unique script, a unique style of writing of their own. You know, Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, they form another set of languages. Though it is written as you can see on the screen, Ning Hao, but it is pronounced as Niao. Okay, Niao. That's a Chinese way of saying hello. German, one of the commonest languages which is spoken in the world today, not only in Germany, but in many European countries. The word hello is pronounced as, or it is considered as Guten Tag. Guten Tag. That is hello in German. French. Okay. French, again, a very common language throughout the world. And English owes a debt to the German, to the French language to a very large extent, because many words from French they are used per se in English language as well. So how do we say hello in French? It is bonjour. I understand it is written as bonjour, but it is pronounced as bonjour because it's a simple rule that we follow in the French language. Like the last letter is either not pronounced at all or it has got half a sound. So bo means good, jour means day, good day or hello. Similarly, Japanese, it happens to be very different than European, French, and other these Indo-German languages. It is closer to Chinese and Korean in script and form. And the Japanese form of saying hello is konnichiwa. It is pronounced exactly the way it is written. So konnichiwa or hello in Japanese. So after talking about the salutations, we talk about some very interesting or some very exotic phrases which suddenly add a lot of color and they add a lot of zing to our language. The first one of those phrases is carpe diem. Uh, Carpe diem means enjoy the day. That is the literal translation of this Latin phrase. Enjoy the day. Carpe diem, enjoy the day, or carpe noctem, enjoy the night. And what is the meaning of this very commonly used phrase is it simply advocates the philosophy of eat, drink, and be merry. We do not know for how long we are around, but as long as we are living on this earth, let us enjoy our existence. Let us enjoy our living. So it simply means pluck the day, means enjoy the day, trusting as little as possible in the next one. Tomorrow, we do not know. It's only the present or the now that we have. Okay, caveat emptor. So caveat emptor, it's again a Latin phrase, which is a kind of a warning. And what is the literal meaning of this phrase? It means let the buyers beware. Uh, if anyone who has studied commerce or business organization in their undergrad would very well understand the usage of this phrase. Suppose as a buyer, we bought any particular gadget for a specific purpose. And if we are unable to fulfill that purpose using that gadget, means as a buyer or as a user, we cannot sue the seller or the manufacturer because it was our duty as a buyer to ensure whether the product suffices our purpose or not. No way can we blame the seller or the producer. So it's a kind of a warning, which means let the buyers beware. Okay, mea culpa. Once again, it is written as culpa, C-U-L-P-A, but it is pronounced as culpa, mea culpa. You accuse me of doing something wrong, and I feel yes, I am correctly blamed. So I simply say mea culpa, my mistake. I'm sorry for whatever it is happening. I am agreeing or I'm ceding to my fault. Pro bono. Again, a very common phrase which is used and especially in law or legal terminology. Many people, they do kind of honorary work, means they render their services and they do not charge a single penny in return of those services, especially if those services or that assistance is given in the field of law or for any legal work. So we have many people, many distinguished people, and some interns also who prefer to work pro bono, means without any payment, absolutely for free. Mind you, all these four phrases, they are from Latin language. Latin, what do we say? It's perhaps the mother of English. And about 60% of words, or the not words, the roots that we use in English today, they are from Latin, a very, very rich and an enlightening language. Okay. After that, we talk about or we discuss some eponymous words. Now, what do we mean by eponymous? I think these two slides would make it amply clear. On the right-hand side, we can see it's a cover page of the novel Harry Potter. Now, who is Harry Potter? He is the protagonist or the hero of the novel, and the novel itself is named after the name of the protagonist. So, whenever anything or any place or any object is named after a person, it is called eponymous word. Like Harry Potter, name of a person is the name of the novel as well. Similarly, on the left side, you can see the slide of Mahatma Gandhi, father of our nation. And if anyone follows his philosophy, his actions, and his style of functioning, so what do we say? It's a Gandhian philosophy. So the name of Gandhi is given to the name of the philosophy. So these are two examples of eponymous words. Now we discuss few of such eponymous words. That is, the name of people have been given to a name of a particular thought process or a philosophy. Chauvinistic. Like you would have heard, this is a very common usage. Oh, there is so much chauvinism in our society, or he's a typical male chauvinist. Now, what are the origins of this word? In fact, this word chauvinistic, it is being derived from the name of a person. He was a French soldier, and his name was Nicolas Chauvin. Now, what was the biggest trait or the hallmark of his personality? That this soldier was excessively dedicated to his master, that is the famous French king Napoleon Bonaparte. To that extent was his patriotism or his blind faith in his master, that he belittled or he degraded anybody who was not as loyal with his master. So, from his family name Chauvin, we have the word chauvinistic. And later, when Napoleon was no longer in power, Nicholas Chauvin was derided and punished by the other people or the other generals who filled in Napoleon's shoes. It's good to be patriotic, it's good to be loyal, but when anything goes on extremes, it borders on extremes, it assumes the role of bigotry and narrow-mindedness. So, despite the positive qualities the soldier had, chauvinism is always related, it is always associated with something narrow and bigoted. The next word that we have on the list is Darwinian. Darwinian, I think most of you would be aware with this word. It is derived from the name of famous scientist Charles Darwin, who had given us the theory or who wrote that famous book Origin of Species, in which he advocated the theory of natural selection. And what is this new theory of natural selection? Any plant or animal which is fit to survive as per their environment will survive and rest of them will perish. This is what has happened to the plant life and the animal life since the inception of mankind. And how do we use this word even today? This word is especially used in capitalist societies. Like the best and the able, they survive. The less capable and the less efficient, they are slowly and gradually pushed out. They are rooted out. So that is the theory of natural selection, or what do we say? Capitalist Darwinism. Okay, another such word that we have Faustian. Now, Faustian is derived from the name of a German, it was a German play called Dr. Faust, written by Christopher Marlowe. And what was the quality of Dr. Faust? He was a genius. He was a super genius. But in his unquenchable thirst for knowledge and power, he does a pact with the devil. And what is that pact? That devil would serve him for 25 years, giving him whatever Dr. Faust wants. And 25 years after that, Faust would serve the devil. Means he has made a very, very dangerous deal with the devil where he has sold off his soul. And how do we use the word Faustian in today's context? Like it is, you can use it very broadly in the political context where people they make deals and those deals give them only short-sighted benefits or the advantages they are very short term, and in the process we bargain them for long-term advantages or for long-term positive effects. So deal with the devil, very simply put, that is a Faustian deal. Corporates can do it, politicians can do it, individuals can do it, anybody can do it. And utopian is a direct contrast of Faustian. Utopia, again, it was the name of a novel. It was written by Sir Henry Moore in Latin. And Utopia, in fact, it's a name of a country. It's an imaginary place, of course, where everything is perfect, where everything is tickety-boo. There is no police, there is no law, there is no regulatory agency, but still everything is in its place. Everyone does their work as they're expected to do, with no compelling authority at the top. So that is the most wonderful thing about utopia. And how do we use this word? Like we say, Gandhiji imagined to make India a utopia. How much of utopia he could manage, that is, of course, very, very contentious and very, very debatable. But any such place, any such imaginary place of perfection or excellence is referred to as utopia. So I hope in today's class, you would have enriched your vocabulary and your repertoire of words by learning various ways of salutation in various languages, exotic phrases, how they can be used in everyday life, and a few eponymous words. So I hope not only do they enrich your vocabulary, but they also become a part of your active language, and we use more and more of these in our everyday expression and writing. Thank you and happy learning.